Good morning, second grade. It's Mrs. DeFewer again. Since we finished Frindle, I decided to take a break from chapter books. And before we left school before you left school on the 12th, I had told you that it was super cool because I won the teacher raffle for the book fair. So I was given $100 to spend on books for our classroom, but I never got to show you those books because we didn't come back to school. So I'm gonna take a chance now, take the opportunity, I did bring them all home with me, and I'm gonna start to read to you some of those books that were for our room. And the first one I know you will all love is the new Pig the Pug book called Pig the Tourist. Pig was a pug, and I'm sorry to say, when he went on vacation, he'd cause a great dismay. You could make careful plans to ensure happy travel, but Pig would destroy them. He'd make them... Let's see what he would make them. Unravel. What do you think Pig is going to do to make the plans unravel? We know he tends to cause trouble wherever he goes, so let's find out what happens. With behavior so bad, it is hard to describe. He would dampen your trip and he'd ruin the vibe. He'd break all the rules and he'd flaunt all tradition. Causing disaster was Pig's big ambition. Even in places of wild celebration, he'd somehow create absolute devastation. And if he could shatter some ancient taboo, he wouldn't think twice. That appalling Yahoo! Parties, parades, and processions got wrecked in a blizzard of chaos and foul disrespect. His insensitive antics would ruin your stay till the locals would gather and shout. Okay, locals, boys and girls, are the people that live there. So we call someone who's traveling someplace on vacation a tourist. If that isn't their home, they're just going there on vacation. But a local is someone who actually lives there. So let's see what the locals would shout. The locals would shout, "Go away." But that wouldn't stop him. He'd rock and he'd roll till his rollicking horseplay spun out of control. So here it says on this page, I'm going to read to you what it says about the Mona Lisa. You all know what the Mona Lisa is because Mrs. Parsons uses that on one of her awards. If you have an excellent art class, we get the Mona Lisa award. So it says, Mona Lisa attacked. Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece was vandalized this morning in a brazen attack by an overweight dog with a tremendous sense of entitlement. Authorities believe he was working alone, but have detained a small dachshund for questioning. Who was the dachshund? Because we know that Pig isn't a dachshund. Let's see. And then this caption on this page says, the 9 News, chaos at the palace, queen shaken, not stirred. Unbridled and vast was his need to offend, but every wild party must come to an end. Yes, if you treat locals with little regard, they'll come back to bite you. And boy, they bite hard. So we can see the locals that they were talking about were these fish with some sharp teeth. These days it's different, I'm happy to say. He's learned not to ruin a whole holiday. But let us be honest, the truth I must tell. Although he might try. Look who's in that crate there. Although he might try, Pig does not travel well. So there he was, leaving his stinker as always. So boys and girls, that was the new Pig the Pug book called Pig the Tourist. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we get back to school this school year and this book will be in our classroom library for you to check out and use during your read to self. Okay, have a wonderful first day of online learning. Bye, boys and girls.